now call on George Adam to be followed by Graham Pearson. 4 minutes, please.
Thank you, Presiding Officer, and can I thank Chick Brodie for bringing this debate to Parliament, and obviously the issues that go along with Seafield House, the home of Sir William Marrell, who incidentally was born in Houston in Renfrewshire, and as a 9-year-old went to work in a cotton mill, and various ones in Johnston and in Paisley, of all places. And that would be probably one of the issues I want to talk about with some of the historic buildings and some of the legacy that's been left in Paisley from that industrial time. Now, Paisley was obviously Scotland's largest town, and during that period there were two families that were cotton mill barons, the Clarks and the Coates, and both of them had a competition of extent to see who could actually build the most buildings, who was actually better than the other, who could give more to the town itself. Many of these buildings are still there. The Paisley Town Hall was in fact originally the Clark Hall, because it was a design competition by the Clark family to ensure that they gave a town hall back to the town, and that was one of the reasons. Now Renfrewshire Council has recently, the SNP administration, previous administration, invested, I was part of the administration, invested £1.7 million in making sure that that building was actually upgraded slightly, but there's still more work to be done in buildings like that. But it's not just the Coates also. They went down a route of they were staunch Baptists, and they decided they were going to build the largest Baptist church in the whole of Europe. And at the time, when they were millionaires within the town and everyone went to church, the Coates Memorial Church was open, and it was, and still is, the largest Baptist church in Europe. But the problem that we do have is the fact that now, that as the legacy fund goes down, the Coates family are no longer part of Paisley. We have a situation where 6 trustees are the only people who are looking after this historic building. And even to try and get funding, they can no longer afford the insurance to actually run the build, to actually insure the building, and they've recently had some thefts and lead in the roof and the like that happens throughout Scotland in these days. But one of the things you have to ask yourself is, we've got a building like this now, and now they have a parishioners of possibly about 30 people, all an average age of 60 to 65, and they are now talking about an exit strategy. Where do they go with this building? And you have to think to yourself that there are many buildings like that throughout the whole country, where these buildings that are such an important part of our history and heritage. We have to think, what will we do? What will be the discussion that we have with that? Because it's not just that. Within Paisley Paisley Abbey was created 850 years ago as Clunastic monks initially, and it's the only Cluny Abbey that's still in one piece. I had the pleasure of addressing the Cluny Federation when they came to Paisley. The thing was, they were speaking French and German. I was speaking Paisley, and there may have been a slight problem with only my good friend and colleague Derek Mackay decided he would gazump me later on and do his presentation in French. So that was the competitive element between the two of us, as always. But the thing that we've still got that the town of Paisley was built round Paisley Abbey. There would be no Paisley initially if 850 years ago that abbey hadn't been there. And even the Church of Scotland and the minister within that church has been asking about, what do we do? What is the future for this building? Because as a stand-alone place of worship, it is difficult for them to actually look at it. We've, as our town and council, used it for various conferences and other events because the town hall's right next to it. So I think we have to look at these old buildings and find new, different ways where we can use them, retain them as part of our heritage, but use them for things that they probably weren't originally entitled to. But the problem you have is many members of the public actually walk by these buildings every single day of their life and never go in and see what happens, but they're the first ones to complain should anything happen. And closing, Presiding Officer, I would say we have to have this debate now, and we have to decide what we will do in a mature manner with our industrial heritage and our past.
Many thanks.